Check. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino, and we're back here tonight to talk about everything that will be going down at the other pay per view that will be happening on Saturday. AEW All in Texas, as we just got done watching AEW Dynamite, and they continued the build for all of the matches that will be going down. We're here today to talk about it, and I'm here to give you my predictions. So, let's not waste any time. Let's go over these matches that will be going down. I only have the matches all in one thing like this. So, this is how we're going to be doing it today. But, same way we did the Great American Bash, we're going to talk about all the matches, give you my thoughts, my predictions, and then we're going to talk if you guys got any questions, comments, concerns about any of the 4 shows that will be going down. We will be previewing the other 2 shows that will be going down this weekend tomorrow here on the channel, Saturday night's main event and Evolution, that is. So make sure you join us for that. But to now, and at this moment, let's talk about AEW All in Texas. And let's talk about these matches as we got Timeless Tony Storm taking on Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. We got Jon Moxley taking on Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. We got Okada. We got Kenny Omega. It's winner take all to unify the AEW Continental Championship and International Championship and the Unified Championships. But apparently there's a rumor going around that they're going to be carrying around 3 titles. That would not make any sense if they're unifying the titles. We have the men's and the women's Casino Gauntlet match for a future women's world and men's championship match. We got Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay taking on the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. We got Adam Cole, baby, taking on Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship. And then we got the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin taking on Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey as they also take on Christian Cage and Nick Wayne in a 3-way match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So we're here today to talk about all 8 matches that will be going down. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, and it looks like we do. So I'm going to take the matches off for a second, and you guys can see my face here, even though it looks like I got 3 bullet holes in my face. Went to the dermatologist a couple days ago, was that yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I don't even know anymore. But hopefully they're gone in a few days. But for now, this is what we got. But we got Crazy Guy in the house. He is the number 1 Brewers, Cowboys, Bulls, Flyers fan in the house. Yes, he is. Hey, Crazy Guy, how you enjoying that Andrew Vaughn experience? He had that tying single in the game today, and then the Brewers won. So good for him. But other than that, I don't know. How do you feel about all your sports teams, though, Crazy Guy? Let me know. But now let's talk about these matches and let's get to it, and let's start previewing in them. Previewing in them. Let's start previewing. I can't. Anyway, let's start talking about these matches. And the first one I want to talk about is that Hurt Syndicate taking on Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey and Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. And a triple threat 3-way in AEW, they call it, for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Hurt Syndicate obviously have been on a very good run as the tag team champions. They've been the tag team champions for a little bit period of time now. And to be honest, I do not see that there should be any reason that either 2 of these teams, the other 2 teams, should win this match. If there is a team to win, I think maybe it should be Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. But as I just said, I don't think the Hurt Syndicate should lose the championships at all. I think they should continue to keep being the top of the tag team division in AEW and continue to do what they know how to do and do their thing, because I love the Hurt Syndicate, and I'm really happy that they're finally being used the way that I think we all wanted them to be used in AEW when they were the Hurt Business. So I'm sticking with the Hurt Syndicate to walk out still your AEW Tag Team Championships. We got Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay as they take on the Young Bucks. If Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland lose, they cannot challenge for the AEW World Championship for 1 whole year. If the Young Bucks lose, they will be stripped of their executive vice president powers and titles. So, there's big stakes in this match. It's not for a title, but we got some big things that could happen, and it could change the history and the way the way AEW is ran forever. So, the one way I could see this going is obviously the Young Bucks winning and them having Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland never not being able to win and compete for the AEW World Championship. But for me, I feel like the Young Bucks have been in this vice president title, executive role character for a little bit of time now, where they're being called Matthew and Nicholas Jackson instead of Matt and Nick. And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed what they've been doing with them and being the vice presidents of AEW and everything, even though they pretty much are in real life and they got some type of title or something or another. But I think that in the end, I think we're going to see Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay win. I just don't see them having those two guys stay away from the world title picture for a whole year. So I think it would make a lot of sense for them to have Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay win this match and walk out and still be able to compete for the tag team titles, or for the world title, I should say. And let's see the Young Bucks maybe take a little bit of time off, and maybe they go out and maybe they come back as just the regular Young Bucks again. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with that. But for now, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay walking out of this tag team match are winners. Now let's talk about a little TNT action, as we got the TNT Championship, as it is the challenger, Kyle Fletcher, as he takes on the champion, Adam Cole, baby. I'll be honest, guys, I low-key did not know that Adam Cole was the TNT champion until right this second. I mean, you guys know I watch AEW, but there are times I miss it now, and I do just watch the highlights and everything, and I just honestly low-key forgot that Adam Cole was the champion. But hey, you know what? Adam Cole's a champion again in professional wrestling, so you love to see it. Now, who's going to win this match? I think Adam Cole's going to win. Kyle Fletcher's going to put on a good performance, and I think it should be a good match. No, I don't know how long it's going to be. I feel like this match could be one that's right after, like, the Texas Death match, right in the middle of the show, maybe after the unification match. I don't know. But I am going to say that Adam Cole, baby, still is your TNT champion after AEW All In. We do have the two Casino Gauntlet matches, and as of right this moment, we do not have any participants, it doesn't seem like. So I don't really know how we're going to be able to preview this match, and I don't think we're going to be able to. So we do have the men's, and I'm sorry, I lied. We have two entrances that will be for the women. We got Chris Statlander and Megan Bayne will be the first and second entrance. And then for the men's Casino Gauntlet, we have Mark Briscoe and MJF will be the first and second entrant, as Mystico and Ricochet are also announced entrants. So those are the 6 people that we do have for those Casino Gauntlet matches. And so out of them, and if I'm just going to make a pick based on what we have right here, for the women, if it's going to be Chris Statlander or Megan Bayne, I don't think it's going to be. But hypothetically, they are the final 2. Let's say Megan Bayne wins. And for the men, let's say that those are the final 4. Mark Briscoe, MJF, Mystico, and Ricochet. Let's say MJF wins. And, MJF has been very, when they used to do the ring battle royal and they gave away that ring and he came out and he hit everybody with it and he thought he was the king of the world and all this and that. I would not be shocked if they had MJF be and win the Casino Battle Royal to be able to get a future AEW World Championship, and maybe we do see MJF get back in the world title picture. So we'll obviously have to wait and see. Obviously, there will be way more people be announced as the week continues to go on. Maybe Collision, maybe what other freaking shows do we have with AEW? I don't know. I'm sure we'll see more people be announced for both the men's and the women's Casino Gauntlet matches on Saturday. But for now, that's all we have, and that's all the information that I got. So keep an eye out for it, and I will obviously give you a better prediction when we're here live for the show on Saturday. And I will let you know who my final predictions for the Casino Gauntlet matches when we know all and more of the participants. But let's move on to the next match, and let's talk about a unification match, as it is Okada taking on Kenny Omega for the AEW Continental Championship for the AEW International Championship, and they are making it, and they are combining it into the AEW Unified Championship. There have been rumors of them apparently wanting whoever wins this match carry around 3 championships. I thought the whole point of unifying titles and everything else like that was getting rid of titles. So what would be the sense of unifying the titles for them to go out and for them to have these guys carry around 3 titles? Just make a new title, make it one title, make it the AEW Unified Championship, whatever the heck you want to call it. Let's call it a day, and let's see who wins this match. So if I do see if I see Omega or Okada walk out with 3 belts, I'm low key gonna scream a little because that's just too much. I've even Mercedes today, and we'll talk about that match in a little bit. I did not think that there was necessary for her to have the titles on the ropes, and it's just like I did not even know what like half of those titles were unless you obviously watch every single second of every single moment of professional wrestling. And I'm sure all of us do not have that much time in our lives to watch that much wrestling. Unless you know you don't have no life and you don't know how to go outside and touch some grass when, it's nice outside. Anyway, Okada, Omega, it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a 5-star classic. Everybody's going to go bananas. It's going to be, this is awesome. This is awesome. And in the end, I don't know if anybody's going to be shocked or surprised by this, or maybe not, or maybe you will be. But I am going to say that Kenny Omega wins, and he is your unified champion. And he walks out and defeats Okada, and we see Kenny Omega walk out with 2 championships. And who knows? Maybe they'll introduce the title and he'll walk out of AEW All In with 3 championships. But it's gonna be a good match. I'm excited. This is one of the matches I'm very excited to watch and very excited to see go down here on Saturday while we are simultaneously watching a NXT Great American Bash. If you were not here earlier and you want to see, make sure you go check out the Great American Bash preview show, as I talked about all the matches that will be going down earlier today here on the channel. So, Okada, you're going to put on a great performance, but in the end, Kenny Omega going to walk out, your unified AEW champion. Let me know, though, who you guys got winning that match. Now, we got 2 more matches to talk about, and these 2 matches are for the 2 top championships in AEW. And first, let's talk about that Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm, because obviously they had that promo that promo battle and segment they had on Dynamite, where Mercedes had all the championships out, and Mercedes came out, and then Toni came out, and they were going back and forth and talking about everything that they don't like and they hate about each other and what they're gonna, all that nonsense and all that stuff. But this is a match, I was thinking about it as they're standing in the ring. This is a match back in NXT, Black and Gold, when NXT was like really in its prime and in the heart of it, and it was just really, really good. This is a match that we very well could have seen, and a match that I know people would have loved to see Toni Storm against Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. So the fact that we're getting it on an AEW pay-per-view, as I always talk about, you may not like it, and you may not want to watch it, but a match that I think that we've all been wanting to see for years to come. The fact is happening on pay-per-view or happening on a professional wrestling card, I think is very exciting. So these 2 are going to go out there and put on a really good performance. They're going to go out and show why they're 2 of the very best women wrestlers out there. And I feel like eventually they're going to pull the trigger on Mercedes. And I don't know if it's going to be Saturday, because I've been saying it for a while. And every time I'll go up against Toni Storm losing the AEW championship, she always seems to win. So I ain't going against my girl Toni Storm anymore. Timeless Toni Storm, that is. She is going to walk out still your AEW Women's Champion. It may be bold, and people may think Sasha Banks is going to win. But I just, like I said, every single time I go up against and I say that Toni's going to lose, she somehow wins the match. So, might be a little reverse psychology over here, but Toni Storm going to win. And we'll see what happens with this match, but I think it's going to be a match that we're going to talk about for a very long time between these two. Now, it's time for the main event of AEW All in Texas. As after we watch 7 matches, it's probably 11:30 at night and I'm half asleep in my chair. It's time for a Texas death match. It is Jon Moxley as he takes on Hangman Adam Page. And these two are going to go at it and just destroy each other for the AEW World Championship. And if you don't know what a Texas death match is, it's exactly what it means. It's a death match. You fight till the death. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. It's pretty much no holds barred. Anything goes. You fight until your opponent is incapacitated, and you get the 1, 2, 3, obviously. So you can use weapons. You can use this and that. Let's give it about like 5 minutes until Jon Moxley is bleeding in this match from a razor blade, a baseball bat, a steel chair, whatever it may be. I think it's going to happen. Jon Moxley is going to be bleeding, and it's going to be and it's going to be a sight for sore eyes as Jon Moxley just continues to go out there and put on these performances that somehow I don't know how he does it. Hangman and Page obviously has been in a few of these. I think that I love these types of matches. You guys know how I feel about the stipulation matches, the brutality, the weapons, all of that. And for me, Texas death matches in AEW are one of my favorites. So this match, and obviously because I love gauntlet matches, those are the 3 matches I'm most excited for. And obviously they have stipulations, which is okay, that's fine. But Jon Moxley, Hangman and Page. This one is hard. This one is tricky to feel like, and I'm gonna say it. Because, as I always like to say, just say it, because if it happens, then hey, we got it on camera. So that is why I'm going to say that we're going to have ourselves a little upset on Saturday afternoon, as we're going to end AEW All In Texas with Hangman Adam Page, the Cowboy Man, I don't even know if he's a cowboy anymore, but Hangman Adam Page gonna walk out your brand new AEW World Championship. He's gonna survive the Texas Death Match. Jon Moxley maybe will take a break, maybe a vacation. He rightly deserves it, and he just seems to never do so. But that is why I'm going to say that Hangman and Page walks out your winner, and he is your new AEW World Champion. After about 25 minutes, these guys just destroy each other. There's blood everywhere. The ring looks like it's a puddle, and it's just not a good time for anybody. But we're going to have a new AEW World Champion, and his name is Hangman Adam Page. So let's get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying, and then we're going to say goodbye, and then we'll be back here tomorrow on the Southside Boys at 5 o'clock, and then over here on Tino's Time a little bit later on to talk about Evolution and Saturday night's main event. So let's get to the chat real quick. Let's see how you guys are feeling. See, Michelle agrees. She's going with Hangman Adam Page. I have MJF and Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, yeah, see, that's the one thing about the gauntlet matches. I do think that we could see some surprises, and I do think that we could see some type of we could possibly see some debuts of people that maybe were released and stuff like that. So we're definitely gonna have to wait and see, and that's why I said I will give you my final prediction once we know more people, or even when the match begins. I'll give you my final prediction. Does Mercedes win or have one title that eludes her? I mean, at this point, just give Mercedes all the titles. I mean, how long are we just gonna? It's not like she's. I cannot get over how many titles she really has. I don't know if this is the contact or place for this question, but what's y'all opinion? Oh yeah, no, we're not talking about that. You got the pro with the pro, huh? Does Britt jump ship? This is something we really have not talked about, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about a little bit, and we'll talk about it more. But for me, the whole Britt Baker situation is kind of crazy. The fact that AEW is not using Britt Baker, the fact that she was champion, that she won the Owen Hart, she did all these things, and then she kind of just disappeared. So I kind of hope we do see Britt Baker jump ship, maybe just like getting traded to a baseball team or a football team, get a little new sense of scenery, a new whatever, and maybe she'll rekindle her career and everything. So I don't know if we'll see Britt Baker jump ship to WWE, or honestly, I think she would go right to NXT maybe. And yeah, you could say whatever you want, but I mean, we all see how great that NXT women's division is, and I think it would be great to see her go up against women like Blake Monroe, Mariah May, Jordan Grace, people like that. I think it'd be so much fun that we could see her go through. But again, as I always like to say, I don't want to get too excited until it happens. But remember, we do have that all women's PLE, and we could have some big moments. We could have some big surprises and people showing up, debuting, legends, Hall of Famers. We don't know who's going to be there. But for now, we're just going to have to wait and see if that does happen with Britt Baker. But if it does, hey, never say never. I'm a Western crazy guy. You are really crazy. He said, I am ashamed to be a Cowboys fan. You know what? Hey, I appreciate you supporting your teams as I support my teams. Well, my team is 31 games under 500, but you know what? That's okay. Gotta support who you support, and you know you can't just switch up on them because they're having a bad season or they're bad, or you know you gotta be there for the good times and the bad, because when they win, those bad times just make the good times so much better. But speaking of good times and bad times, guys, we got through another day, and we got through another 2 episodes, and we got through 2 preview shows. But don't you worry, we got 2 more to preview, so make sure you come and hang out here tomorrow at 7 o'clock as we go live here on Tino's Time, and we talk Evolution. We talk Saturday night's main event, and I get you ready for the 2 other shows that will go down this weekend. We're halfway through the preview shows, and then all we got to do is watch the shows and react and have a good time. So that's what we'll be doing here tomorrow on Tino's Time. But over on the South Side Boys at 5 o'clock, come and hang out, as we'll be live as it's Don't Stop Believing. It's 20 years later. It's the 2005 Chicago White Sox. Come and hang out as Tino and Deech talk about everything that went down in 2005. What we remember, what we don't remember, what has happened since, what's going on this year, and everything else. And we also celebrate the life and the legacy of the closer that closed out the game, not just the guy that was on the team. ESPN, do better. Bobby Jenks sadly passed away on the 4th of July at the age of 44 due to stomach cancer, and huge loss for the baseball community, White Sox community, obviously, being the guy that closed out, got the last out of the 2005 World Series to break the streak for the White Sox and bring home a title back to the South Side. So we'll be here tomorrow to talk about that. And then, obviously, as I just said, 7 o'clock over here to preview 2 more shows. But this time we'll be doing 2 shows in one, so you won't have to go to 2 different episodes. We'll just do it 2 here. We're going to talk about all that will be going down, and we'll be having a good time. So, guys, appreciate y'all. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed your Wednesday. I hope you guys enjoyed Dynamite. I hope you enjoyed this preview show and the other one. But, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to go follow all the social medias. Check out the OTM guys, the Main Event Network crew, the Southside Boys, your boy Tino. Make sure you hit that like button. You subscribe on the road to 4K. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live over here at 7 o'clock for Evolution and Saturday night's main event. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock to preview both shows.